This is Mel Evans, you're listening to Talkingbowls Radio, sponsored by Thurston. Pleased to welcome to the show now a gentleman who's hot-footed it all the way from the British Club Championships at Todd Morden. It is the new Midland Masters champion, Steve Pratt. Welcome to the programme, Steve.
Good evening, Mel.
You've had a good journey down, haven't you?
Yeah. Stuck on the M6 for a couple of times, then 50 mile an hour zones. But
So you've been over to Todd Morden with your team, Copswood, today?
Yes.
And how did that go?
We lost in the quarterfinals to Chester Road by one shot. We were pretty disappointed at the end. We were always a few shots up. I think we were something like 18 shots up after 4, and then we were 4 shots up at the end with a game left on, but Andrew Moss managed to beat our last bowl 16, so it was certainly a close match.
Yeah. It was a good day there.
Yeah, it was a good day. Weather was good. The odd spots of rain now and again, but weather was good. Greens were great to play on. Superb surfaces. Yeah, great condition. Good day.
Before we talk about Midland Masters, obviously we seem to throughout the programme, the Crossfield Cup keeps cropping up a bit, so we must mention North Midlands. You paired, according to this draw here, you've got South Yorkshire, Derbyshire and Wales. That's not a bad section, really, is it?
I think that's quite a hard group. In consider where we were this year. We played Warwick and Worcester, South Yorkshire again, and Cumbria. And I think it's on a par there. I think it might be even stronger with Wales being in there. Yeah. With all due respect to Cumbria.
Yeah.
I think it's a tough group, and each year I think every group seems to be getting tougher and tougher to come out on. All counties seem to be getting closer and closer in terms of the competing.
Well, you must be fairly confident, your lads, really. I mean, you've avoided some of the big guns. We've just been talking about Merseyside, the group with Yorkshire and Greater Manchester. That's a group of death. That
is. Yeah, you want to avoid those early on, don't you? Really.
Yeah.
Wales, we played them 2 years ago. They gave us a hell of a thumping home and away, so we won't be taking them lightly. They're the team that have come to the fore of recent years. South Yorkshire, you never underestimate them, and Derbyshire, well, they beat us the other year in the semi-final, and we know they've got difficult greens just like we have in North Midlands, so it's going to be difficult to see who's really going to come out of those groups. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, you made the semi-final this year. Obviously, you went down to the eventual winner, Shropshire. You must have a realistic chance of perhaps at least matching that performance. Yeah,
it'd be nice to. I mean, the last 2 years we've made the semi-finals. I'm actually part of the selection committee for the last 3 years. Been on the committee, and third year is coming up next year. So. We're pleased with the fact that we've been able to turn it around. We won the Crossfield Cup in 2005, and off the back of that, like you were just saying to Glyn or reminding him, we didn't win a game then for 6 games. I think our best result was a draw against Greater Manchester, and then the committee's changed. There's 3 new persons on there, including myself, and we're pleased with the progress we've made. We've had to introduce new players, new names. A lot of people haven't heard of them, but we've had to look within the county and see if we can introduce some, players that perhaps should be given a chance. And it seemed to have worked for us.
Before you arrived, I did mention about North Midlands. I said that you perhaps haven't got the strength in depth player-wise, but you've got such a tremendous selection of greens.
Yes, we have. Yes, right, Mal. I mean, people know now. I mean, Cowden, Bedworth Green, got the 2 Dunlop greens, which are very useful when they're running, and I think we do rely on them. They give us it's a great help for us because we haven't got a lot of bowlers to choose from within the county. We're on such a small county like Cumbria, just the same. But having those greens gives us that step up really whenever we go into these games. And I think hopefully they'll do the job for us again, and put the performances in.
One subject, I don't know if you was here when I was doing the Glimmer, I touched on, is that I think he said 14 years ago in Shropshire, the Shrewsbury League and the Mid-Shropshire League sort of merged together and brought the top players together into their Premier League. Now, I don't know much about the North Midlands, but there does seem a similar divide there. There seems to be a Nuneaton and a Coventry area. Now, we did have Jamie Dunn on in a show previously. He was saying they're trying to do a similar thing there, like we've done with the Summit, where we got our team for Staffordshire and Warwick, Worcester, etc. together. I mean, that to me looked look like it would be a good move for the North Midlands.
Yeah, I think it's a good forward-thinking move. Definitely, we need to progress the game within the North Midlands, I think, and there's a catchment of bowlers in the Nuneaton area that don't play within the Wednesday League, which is our top league, and in order to group it all together and to see some of the emerging young talent that we have in the Nuneaton area, to give them a chance, we need to really probably bring those areas together, and by putting this Premier League together, we've got a chance of perhaps developing that talent, you know, and exposing them to a better standard of game, you know.
I mean, I was at Atherstone Grove last night, and I had a quick word with your dad, and he made the comment that you lads from your area, you don't go over that side too often. And again, that green last night is tremendous green.
Yes, Atherstone is, yeah.
And again, if you brought your top players together, something else that could come into the equation for consideration, is it? You know.
Definitely, yeah. It's certainly there. There's another green in that over there as well. Baddesley, it's a tough green to play.
Yeah.
Quick greens seem to be able to keep them quick throughout the season, and there certainly would be difficult greens for opposition to come and pick up in half an hour if we could find the bowlers and the 12 that could play those greens. Definitely options for the future, yeah.
Has it gone any further, this suggested Super League in North Midlands?
There was a preliminary meeting, I believe. I wasn't able to be there myself, I had a rearranged game, but there was a preliminary meeting at the Newdigate Club a few weeks ago, putting the idea out to the majority of the clubs who it was going to concern, and I believe there was some kind of vote on, you know, whether they thought it was a good idea, and I think generally it was quite positive once the idea was explained to everyone what they were trying to do. I think it came across quite as a positive result on the night. From there, I believe Jamie Dunn's got to present it formally to the North Midlands Committee and, you know, prospective leagues that it's going to involve, really, and propose it to them that way.